QUBT. The biggest potential upside of the 4 quantum names. Yet that upside and its deepest risk hang on the exact same question: is what the company says actually true? On the S-curve, QUBT sits in the expert phase, and at its earliest, least verified edge. The inflection point of quantum actually works was crossed once by Google's Willow in 2024, but that was superconducting. The photonics camp hasn't crossed it yet. IonQ asks, when do we cross? D-Wave asks, does the bridge even exist? Rigetti asks, can a small player survive on the same bridge as the giants? But QUBT faces a gate one step earlier. Is the claim that we built the bridge even true? Pass it, and QUBT skips the cryogenic fridge entirely, the biggest upside of the 4. Fail it, and the bridge was never there. Before the upside, let's lay out EP15's 3 risks one more time, coldly. First, verification failure. Are the contracts, the foundry, the room temperature quantum actually real? That's QUBT's nearest and most fundamental risk at once. Second, room temperature being mere convenience that never becomes a quantum advantage. Third, 1,000 times PSR valuation and momentum breaking down as share dilution accelerates. The other 3 names wobbled on tech edge or competition, but QUBT's center of gravity is what they said true. So the number one signal to watch isn't the stock or a milestone, it's the fact-checking signals, SEC, accounting, independent measurement. Now the other side, 3 upside scenarios. If room temperature, low-power photonics is proven by independent measurement and the contracts and foundry are confirmed real, QUBT becomes the only company that skips the cryogenic fridge, quantum's biggest cost bottleneck, entirely. The strongest case, but all of it rides on verification. If its own TFLN foundry earns real revenue in the telecom and sensing chip market, far larger than quantum, QUBT can stand on its own as a photonics chip company without waiting for quantum supremacy. If adoption of QKD, quantum random numbers, and sensing products ignites, roughly $350 million in debt-free cash is the runway to get there. But all 3 share one premise: passing verification. Where does this tech meet your life? First, optimization for logistics, finance, and energy. The room temperature photonics version of the problems Dirac targets and D-Wave already solves today. Second, quantum security. QKD and quantum random numbers can be used in payment and communications security now, without waiting for quantum supremacy. Third, photonic sensing and LiDAR reaching self-driving, satellites, and defense. That's exactly where the NASA context sits. Fourth, photonic chips for telecom and data centers. Here's the paradox: if room temperature is real, QUBT reaches your life fastest and closest of the 4. If it isn't, none of these touchpoints ever arrive. The other 3 were about when it reaches you, QUBT is about whether it reaches you at all. Final verdict: watch, the most speculative of the 4. Every bit of QUBT's potential, room temperature photonics, its own foundry, the multi-platform play, hangs entirely on one thing: whether it gets verified at all. The strongest path to leading the field and the deepest risk are 2 sides of the exact same coin. Are the contracts, the foundry, the room temperature quantum real? Revenue is under $1 million a year, yet PSR is in the thousands, and cash is the smallest of the 4. So the call isn't sell, nor hold as comfortably as IonQ, it's watch the verification signals first, with the smallest position and the strictest stop. By signals, independent measurement of room temperature operation, disclosure of contract scale, product revenue igniting. Sell signals, an SEC probe or accounting restatement, peer review rejecting it, and a sharp drop in valuation and momentum. That wraps the QUBT trilogy, and the full 12-part quantum tetralogy. Even within the same watch, there were 4 kinds. IonQ, a core candidate whose growth signals lead its risks. D-Wave, more cautious since the core technology itself is unresolved. Rigetti, the most challenging, with competition against the giants as the crux. QUBT, the most speculative, with its very existence unverified. The message is one: don't buy on the word quantum, buy on the signal. And the kind of signal to watch differs by company. If this helped, subscribe and like to join us, and drop the company you want dissected next in the comments. Signal, read the signal first. Tap the cards on screen for the next one.